Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you join me here once again in Transport Fever 2, overlooking the magnificent city of Baghdad here on our island hub. Baghdad is in fact the largest of our cities on our tropical island map. Get it that way around. That's it. One of the first big cities we connected, I think, to our central hub city of Ajaxpost. Interestingly enough, if we look at our town stats here, Baghdad is 777, which is probably a nicer number than 666, but, you know, who knows in these modern days. Yes, so Baghdad is our biggest city by population, followed by Kiev, Dien Bien Phu, and then Ajaxpost at a mere 585. In fact, interestingly there you notice the connections here, which is the destinations that my people in those cities can reach by my public routes, by my routes at least, rather than their own travel, which is what that is, private transport, yeah. So Ajaxpost actually has more connections, which you would expect because it is the hub of our magnificent Ajaxpost network. Oh, and before we get into Baghdad, can I just show something off? I keep meaning to do this and then keep forgetting. Yeah, story of my life, really. Well, there's our fabulous hub, trains and planes. You see, we've got too many planes. I want bigger planes. We'll have to wait for them to evolve. Where was I? Oh, down here. Where was I looking? There it is. Yes, this is our magnificent headquarters building. Just a few years ago, it was a mere tin shack, basically a shed with an entrance. But now, in 1934, October 1934, is a magnificent, don't zoom quite so close, public building. Yeah, I can never remember at what sort of scores you get the different levels of head office. We've got a long way to go before this becomes the most magnificent of skyscrapers, but I think it's a lovely little building, isn't it, in its own right? The Ajax One network. Anyway, that's just frippery. That is just frippery. Baghdad. At this point, I would like to say hi and a thank you to a commenter on a couple of previous videos in this series, who goes by the name of Cole Mortimer 1066, who made a couple of very interesting and yet very valid points about some of the design of my network. And the one I'm going to highlight here is a comment he made about bus routes. Now, to be fair, I was aware of this, and I know it works in the way that Cole Mortimer 1066 suggested, but when I'm doing these recordings I tend to be a bit lazy and just do the easiest thing that comes to hand. Now, what Cole Mortimer 1066 was saying was the circular routes that I tend to have in my cities, like Ajaxpost here. So if we go here, you've got one basic bus route which goes around the whole city. He said, and this I think is generally understood to be true, is that these aren't the most profitable way of getting people around your town, or certainly for the bus routes. I mean, it is making money, nearly 12,500 so far, and those are actually quite old buses. But the more efficient way of doing it, in terms of the game, is to actually have more point-to-point routes rather than big loops. Now, big loops are easy and they seem sort of realistic, but when you think of your own big cities, how many of those cities have just one or two bus routes doing the whole of the city metropolitan area? Yeah, I can't think of one city that does work like that. You have loads and loads of different bus routes going to different places. So that's what you should do in the game. And I think the general consensus on the forums, at least, is that should be more profitable if you do it right. And yeah, I think I've sort of proven that to myself in the past, certainly with the previous game, Transport Fever 1. But I'm wondering if the same holds true in Transport Fever 2. So what we're doing from this episode, we're going to try and start doing it properly. And the idea here is we know a couple of things about passengers. We know that people go from residential areas, the green areas, to work, or to shops, to the commercial area, and then back again. They do not go, oh, I'll go residential, I'll go then to work, and then at the end of the day I'll go to the commercial area and then go home. They don't do that. They just go to one other destination at a time and then back again. Likewise, they go from one city to another city. They may have to stop off in the middle of that journey to change trains or buses or boats or whatever. But by and large, they will go from residential to commercial and residential to industrial and back again. And that's all they do. And the way you can make the most money out of your bus routes is to use that knowledge. So that's what I've tried to do here. So if I highlight this, if I go just the routes here, just the buses. Previously, in fact, if I just call the bus routes up just to save any confusion, and you, there you go, just you two. Previously, I had one big station loop which ran around the whole city, all these bus stops, basically to feed the station, and it was profitable. It worked. But what I'm doing now, I think, is see if we can make this work more sensibly by having one route of fewer stops going from commercial to residential and back again, including the station. Likewise, residential to industrial, back again, and also to the station, because obviously people will want to get out of the city or indeed come back home to their city. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I've only just set this up just a couple of months ago, in fact, in game time. But what I'll do is we'll let this bed in for a year or so. Then we'll come back, hopefully, if I remember, at the end of all this video. Ooh, new year. We've got a plane. DC-3. Excellent. New plane. New boat. Probably don't need that. We've got new trains. Okay, I'm going to let that flash past me. But I think we also have new trucks in here as well. I don't know about new buses, but I think we have a whole range of new trucks. But I'm going to let that flip on past. I'm going to ignore that. So these routes, as you can see, aren't terribly profitable at the moment. Oh, I don't know. That one's getting there. They're not far off. They just need to bed in for people to get used to the new route design. So we'll see how that works. So I'll put up some screenshots which hopefully show that this new system is profitable. But I'm just thinking, we've got all this development over here which is residential. It might be worth actually moving this chunk. Oh yeah, there you are, see new trucks. The Opel Blitzes. We might move that stop into here. Let's try that. So actually, can I? Yeah. So although these stops and that one do cover pretty much all of this area, I think it makes more sense to have it inside here. So let's do that, shall we? What I might do is, yeah, we'll delete that bus stop entirely. There you go, and put two new ones in. Buildings, bus stops, that's you. Along here. Hopefully it will pick up that same name and be part of those routes. Yes, it is. Awesome. Now, do we need the industrial to go that way as well? Actually, I'm just thinking, so if we bring our land usage back again. This is a bit bright, isn't it? I hope that's not upsetting too many people with the this bright white colour. It can be distressing. I think there is a mod to actually reduce the contrast here, which might make it easier for people who have some sort of visual issues with this to be able to see this and use these screens more easily. Now, we could actually do with a bus stop here as well. Yeah, we'll put another one in there. We'll do that. Put you in there. So I'm just thinking of getting the commercial. So how many stops? Whoops, take it away. How many stops do we have on the yellow? 4 on the blue. We have 3. Okay, we'll make that one a commercial one as well. But then again, no, that's okay. The commercial zone is over there. Which way is it going? It's going that way. Oh, I'm not entirely happy about that, to be honest. I know. Why don't we change the industrial line from Chow Yung Street to instead go there? So it's picking up residential. So it's going back from the industrial zone over here to the residential area and on to the train station. And the commercial one can go here. Yep, that's fine, I think. It's still only 3 stops, but what the heck. Yeah, the issue again we have here, certainly in 1934, is that towns are quite small. So one bus stop can cover multiple zones, industrial, commercial and residential or whatever. So it's difficult to differentiate them. It's much easier when you've got a larger city where the zones are more clearly defined and differentiated. So going from the station to residential, then out here to commercial, or we can go from the station to industrial and back to residential and back to the station. I think that works. Okay, so we will see how that pans out. As we will see, I think, is that the number of passengers on each route is not the same as you would have for a big loop. So you might need a different number of buses, but we'll see how that pans out. Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing for a couple of our cities, I think, in this episode. I think the next one is Ajaxpost, which we looked at, which is smaller population but is quite well spread and has this huge thing in the middle of it, which is the Ajaxpost Maxima passenger hub. Now the freight hub is up there, it's quite separate. So how are our zones split here? Ooh, interesting. There is some high value residential up here by the station, as you would expect, I suppose, but most of it is down here. Commercial and industrial. I think again we could do with 2 bus routes here. Yeah, we've also got as well actually here. Yeah, we've got another route which goes simply up to the airport. I want them all to come together at the station so they can swap passengers between them, and also because it's good to have everything linked into the station because that's where the main money is made. I think I want to make this bus station bigger, add another platform to it. Okay, we're not going to be able to do that, are we, easily? I want to add another passenger platform. No, if I remove that depot, a thing to remember here is I don't have proper depot service to this passenger station. I have redefined over several episodes the depots here feeding into the freight hub so that any platform, any route going into our freight hub can receive can be serviced by trains coming out of this depot. We don't have that service yet for the passenger hub. I think that's going to be something we're going to have to do in an episode or two future, possibly the next episode. We'll see how this pans out. I'll see if I can make it work. Just fill this in so that we can have a single set of depots supplying this rather than, as I have at the moment, this odd little depot by the side, which has been there since day one, to be honest. But I think, yeah, let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of that depot. We're not going to put any new trains on our passenger routes for a little while. So, no, don't delete that. I want that. Let's configure this. Let's add... Can I not do it? Oh, how annoying is that? It needs to start there. Okay. We're going to need then another passenger building on the train station. So what have we got here? Passenger buildings. You're an old medium, I think. Actually, you might be a large. No, you're a large. No, you're definitely not a large. You really ought to be, I suppose, for the main city of the whole island. I could put you in there, which doesn't look quite right, does it? Not when the main train station is there. They should have a big building there. Okay, so it can't be large. That's medium? Yeah, that's a medium building, isn't it? Okay. Ooh, you can fit there. That's quite nice. But you'll get in the way of our bus station development. If I put you there for the moment, I could lose money on this. I may need to demolish and rebuild these buildings, but I've got 150 million in the bank, more or less, so I don't really care. I want to get rid of that building because that's in the way. There you go. Yeah, you are still connected, aren't you, because through the connectors to that new building. So this bus station, we want another passenger. There you go, in there. And might as well make it 3 as well. Yeah. we could, I suppose... Ooh, what I could do here, I could put a little building in, couldn't I? There? Or a bigger one? No. Kind of like the look of that, actually. Yeah, kind of bus stop services. Oh, it does make the whole thing bigger, though. Ah. Okay, wasn't expecting that. There you go. Okay, can I... We have got little steps, haven't we? Can I put steps in? Ooh, yes! You can have steps there and steps there. Excellent. Okay, I might have to paint those and perhaps smooth that out a bit, but that works very nicely. Can I move that building? Just want to make it a little bit closer. Configure, remove. Yeah, I'm losing £4,000 by demolishing it, but you know, I'm being reckless with my cash. Ooh, there's an old-fashioned... Ooh, is that... Ah, these are the newer buildings, I think, aren't they? These round ones. Ah, let's use one of them. Can we use one of those? Medium-side building. Can I use a large one then here? I can, but it's off to the side too much. Okay, we'll use a little one. White building? Yeah, I quite like the white ones, actually. Put you there. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Okay, we'll smooth all that out and sort that out. Okay, so, bus route, which is where we were going. We'll call up the main loop to start with. Actually, no, I want this in view. So we're going to have one loop, which is going to be servicing the commercial district down here. So we'll add a new line in, which will be a blue colour. We'll make it colour number 4. Yeah, make it colour number 4. That way, if I remember which number down the column it was, I should be able to get the colour right for the vehicles. So I like the vehicles to match the colour of the line. Just a little thing of mine. And I've lost the overlay. Have I lost the overlay? No, I haven't. I can keep that in view. Excellent. So going from Faisal Road, we're going to... Actually, could do with a bus stop along there, actually, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. Put a new bus stop in. That road needs to be improved. You need to be a proper 30+ mile an hour road. Oof, 1.4 million. Okay, but we are only removing one building. That's all right. Actually, while I'm here, then, can I connect that up? Looks a bit rubbish, but we're going to live with it. Okay, so bus routes and bus stops, buildings, bus stop. Put you in there. I'll put them on both sides just in case I need to do that to get the line going the right way round. Okay, so we're now creating this new line still. I want to get the overlay back if I can. There you go. So you're going from there to our new stop here, Ida Road, Idga Road, maybe. All right, and then you can go there to Jingamen Inner Street, and that might be all actually. Should you go to I don't like the name of that. Zidane Commercial Street. Don't like that. Personally, I don't like that. It might be realistic. I don't know. Would that do actually? Yeah, because we're going to connect there, so that's going to give us our link to the main residential area on to the side of the train station. Okay, so this is going to be the Ajaxpost commercial link route. Okay, because it's blue, and we'll now create another line, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4 down yellow. Again, starting at Faisal Road. And you can come down... Do we want it to be out here, actually? Yeah, we could put one down there. Though, that's... No, I think that'll be covered by 5th Street here. Yeah. and up to Zaidan Commercial Street, and you go in there. That's excellent. So this will be the Ajaxpost Industrial Link. Okay. Wait for the autosave to finish. Thank you very much. And what we can do is we can then fiddle with our Ajaxpost station. Loop 1 I've called it. Okay. Which can stay. We'll make it actually 1, 2, 3, 4 green. And again, you're starting in Faisal Road, but you're going to go under there. Yeah, there's a... Okay. Let's get rid of all these. From there, can we go to Chris Prudney Boulevard? Oh no, it goes to 14th Street, doesn't it? Well, let's miss off 14th Street, although that is the station stop, isn't it? But then we've got 12th Street. Okay, yeah, we'll leave off 14th Street. They can walk to the station entrance from Christo Prudney Boulevard, and then 12th Street. Then it's back to Faisal Road, isn't it? I think. Yeah. I like that. Okay, so we can now get rid of you. Yeah, again, I'll just change my naming system. So you'll be the Ajaxpost Residential Zone bus route. Okay, so you're going there. We've also got the commercial link, which goes there. And the industrial link, which goes there. Ooh, we've actually got... Oh... We've got 4 now, haven't we? Bother. Okay, well, what we could do is have the resident... Okay, that's good. So, how are we going to split our vehicles up then? So, in Vehicle Manager, we have got buses. We have got the Ajaxpost... the residential zone. Yes, it was just you, wasn't it? So, which of these buses are where? You're going to 12th Street, which is probably up there. Everyone's going to 12th Street. Oh, you're going to Zaidan Street. Okay, so you can go on to, and you're empty, the industrial link. There you go. Have you got anybody on? Oh, you've got nobody on. Okay, I'll put you then on the commercial link. Okay, you... Leave you. You're going to Zaidan Street. Okay, so we'll put you on the industrial link, and just we have got 1 on the commercial link, 2 on the industrial, and 3 on the residential. Okay, we'll leave it like that, and we'll put, I think, another one on here. So I'm actually going to change you. You're the commercial, so you buses can all be that colour. And we will clone you. Okay. We will change these vehicles so they are all that yellow. Okay, and all these vehicles can be, just to be certain, that green. So we'll see how that pans out. See how many people they pick up and how profitable they become. Okay, now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go through and do that with the other towns of Kiev and Dien Bien Phu, all of which are quite substantial towns, as we've seen earlier. And if we look at their zoning, we can see, yeah, they're quite nicely split. So that's Kiev. How about Dien Bien Phu? There you go. Yeah. You've got a bit of a mix there, but other than that, actually your residential and commercial is very mixed. But I think if we set up the bus routes in a similar way, they will hopefully segregate the districts more distinctly, discreetly. I think is a good word for this, isn't it? Something else I was planning to do with Dien Bien Phu as well was put some food into the city. We've got a food factory here, which is sending food kind of a long way round into Rangpur. We're sending it to... No, that's the only consumer. Rangpur doesn't actually want that much. 108. But I think if we can add... Is Baghdad actually getting food? You are getting some from the hub. But I think we could have a direct route in here. Where's that food? What? Dien Bien Phu is getting food. Oh, it's coming up from the hub that way. Ooh. Okay. Now, I think we can take it from here, actually. And what I'm going to do we want two routes? Do we want a route going in there? Because what route have we got here? Oh, remember we have got new trucks, haven't we? So in here we've got you. You're loads of trucks. And you, for example, carrying only 7, going at 25 miles an hour. So if we manage you, could we replace you with cargo vehicles? Oh, ooh, we've got some of the new Russians going at 40. That's a lot faster. You carry most everything we want you to. You carry 9 at 40 miles an hour. Okay. The tarpaulin carries everything. 12 of them. So that's more than the Russian vehicle. I think we should do this. Yeah. We'll replace you with Opel Blitzes. Done. And can I make you all that lovely red colour? Ooh, very red indeed. So you should get through that backlog very nicely indeed. Good. We've only got one stop-off point though here, haven't we? Which is there. Which covers most of the city, but is that... It's not... We could do with a stop down here for the commercial zone. I don't think I'll separate out the commercial and industrial at the moment. So they'll all come down on the same trucks with the same route. It's not the most efficient way of doing it, to be honest with you. But that's what we're going to do. So we're going to want a truck stop here. One of you. And you're coming in. You're going that way. So if we come out this way, I think. So on that side of the road. Yep. So that route there is going to be extended. So it's not just combat. It's going to be all local deliveries. So I put an L on that. Yeah, local. And we'll manage this line and have it. So where's that waypoint you're going past? Don't know, up there. So, oh, that's just there. Yeah, to get you go through this the truck station, whatever you want to call it. Properly. If we have you going there. Okay, that's good. And again, you're not getting in the way of any of the bus route that we have at the moment anyway. That might change when I redesign these buses. However, we wanted another truck route, I think. Now we've got fast trucks to take food from here into Dien Bien Phu. And I wonder then, these trains are obviously bringing food up from the hub. Can they take it back from here? Yet there is no... I've not specified any goods for them to take or not take from Dien Bien Phu, so they could take any of them. But that truck stop is definitely linked, obviously, to the train station. That's excellent. We're going to need another... Yeah, another platform here. So let's configure you. Another cargo platform. Which one should it be? You need to go there, and you're going to be stopping at that end. Okay, so we'll put our little house down there. Actually, this is only going to be a drop-off point, isn't it? So, would any of these work for that? I think a standard pallet space will do. We'll do that. Okay. We want a truck stop here. Do we want it connected into the train station? Not necessarily, because it's coming straight. The food is coming straight out of the factory, isn't it? So let's have a look at building ourselves a truck station here. So that is that route there. That looks good. And what we're also, actually, we're not going to call it whatever that is, Dien Bien Phu food bulk, because had a comment recently from another viewer by the name of Mad Trucker. Hi, thank you for commenting. Great to hear from you. And suggested a name for some trucks or some routes or some such. And so this route will be named in Mad Trucker's honour. And it's going to be the Four Aces. And we'll call it food transport, shall we? So Four Aces food transport. I'm sure I'll remember where that is, but there you go. So that's the name of the route, and we will obviously want some trucks on here. Do we have any way of getting road vehicles? We do, they're there. Okay, it's a long way away, but if we put some road in here, some of this nice fast country road to there, we could get a number of vehicles to carry food. Which one? The Opel Blitz, or these Russian ones? We'll stay with the Opel Blitz, I think, and we'll just put 4 on for the moment. And each of these vehicles will have a name. Mad Trucker. I assume that's Trucker, not Tracker, or Trekker. Maybe you're a Star Trek fan. I don't know. So I'll name all these trucks in honour of. Actually, what I could do, make this quicker, is I can copy that, go to this truck here, and paste that in. Just change that to number 2. I'll get all those done, and we'll put all those Mad Truckers on the Four Aces route, and away they go. Oh, I want them to be coloured, don't I? They do need to have that that blue colour. Which blue colour was it? That colour? Might have been. Who knows? There they go. Off to collect food from there for delivery into Dien Bien Phu. So we will leave it there. We are only in June 1935, but before we go, it's not a year. I was planning to check this up after a year, but are separated bus routes making money. Oh, Baghdad is a little bit under par at the moment. But, you're running close. You could make money. Okay, have we got any passenger waiting? There and there. Maybe we've got too many of these big fast buses on the industrial route. I could cut that down. The commercial route, though, you're looking. Oh, that's a commercial route there. You got 30, I think. Then, can we put one of these buses? Nope. We'll add a new bus to the commercial route. Nope. Manage the vehicles. There you go. And we'll clone one of you. Good. Oh, right, they're both in profit. Awesome. So how are we doing in Ajaxpost? So the commercial, you're losing loads of money. You're not. And Sedan Street, the residential zone. Oh, but we've got a load there. Does the industrial link? Yeah, probably needs more vehicles. Might upgrade these buses. But we'll put another one on there for the moment. Again, I'll keep an eye on that and see how we go. So there we are. That's it for this episode of Transport Fever 2. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbsy uppy button. Other than that, of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, I shouldn't say that. I should say the next thing first. Yes, comments. If you've got anything to say about what I'm doing with the game or the game itself, then it'll be great to hear from you. Just drop a note into the comments box below with anything you feel like saying. If you feel like having something named, a route, a vehicle, a station, anything you feel like, just drop that into the comments box below. That would be awesome. Other than that, of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever 2, watching the back end of this truck, I'll see you again in the next episode. But until then, bye-bye for now.